is a brand by the name of Cropland. Cropland 5335, pretty good car. I'm Duane Green here. We farm in southern Illinois, farm with my father and my 3 sons. I planted my first crop back in 1991, so I think I added up the other day. I think I'm close to 35 years of raising the crop under my name now too. We're basically primarily corn, soybeans, wheat. Down here in southern Illinois, we raise double crop soybeans after the wheat is harvested in June. We can plant soybeans down here up until the end of June and still expect to get a decent yield out of it. But primarily focused, we own some land and we also rent some land, but we consider it a small family farm. This field right now, we are currently at a 179 field average, which is pretty good because we got a lot of headlands along trees off this field that when we started that, it was probably down to, I think we was about a 130 average when I got done with the headlands. So here in the center of the field, it's pretty consistently 200 bushel corn. So on this here ground down here, this is Randolph County, Illinois. It is not the strongest dirt, pretty weak. And, it takes a little rain to make these numbers, and I guess we got it at the right time. This neighborhood here, we have many varieties of soil. My small operation here where we're shelling corn right now is pretty light dirt. Some years it burns up pretty quickly. We had some late summer rain, so we got a pretty good crop of corn here. But in this region here, we've got ground that will produce 275 bushel corn, and then ground that struggle to hit 150 bushel corn. So it's a wide variety of soils that we have down here in southern Illinois. As I said, my little operation, I've got black creek bottom ground that does real well. I've got flat black dirt and I've got flat white dirt. It's all combinations. So this was a late planted corn. I planted this in June 12th. It was a very wet spring here. And in southern Illinois, when you plant late corn, it gets tall. And of course, I put the fungicide on it, and it's a very healthy looking plant. And it's a number of my son's an agronomist. He sells me cropland seed, and it's a very healthy plant. Yeah, so this 12-row FlexCorn head, and what I'm on right now is a 100-acre field that's got 17 different drainage basins in it. And it really is what you need in these situations here as we go across these drainage basins that was built for I'm going to say they was built back in the day for a 6-row corn head, and 30-foot rigid head just don't work in this type of situation. So this FlexCorn head really comes in and saves the day. You know, if we had a rigid head on those drainage basins, on the lower end, I'm going to have the head on the ground where you want it, but on the other end, the head could be 4 to 5 foot off the ground with a 30 foot. So I never did dream that I'd be able to run a 12-row head on this type of terrain with these drainage basins, and it does work. Well, I'm running this 12-row MacDon corn head on a John Deere 9670, which most people would tell me that is not a big enough combine for this 12-row corn head. But the fact that this MacDon corn head requires less horsepower to run it versus the competitor, I'm consistently running 3.7, 3.9 mile an hour here and 200 bushel corn, and I am very happy with that type of ground speed. And the combine just seems to be really hanging in there well. I guess the combination of the octi-roll, and then I guess I understand the gearboxes are just geared low enough for the stock chopping part that it just takes less horsepower to run. So today we got the knives engaged and we're chopping, but the other day we was in the creek bottom. That day I wanted to leave the residue as much as possible so it don't float away when the creek bottom comes up, and it was very impressive how aggressive the Carn head still is, the Octi rolls do a great job of sizing up the residue. The hydraulics on this, I feel like, is capped out on the 70 Series combine, but it is still very responsive. I've got no issues with the header control up and down or the flexing when we get on these drainage basins. It's just very impressive the amount of flex you get when we get on these drainage basins and how quickly it does flex up and down. Get with your dealer, make sure you get a demo. This head does not take a back seat to any other head out there. I used to sell John Deere heads and thought John Deere head was the best in the business. This head does not take a back seat to it, and the fact that lower horsepower and the flexing of this head, I think it is a superior head.